Triplanes, I'm Trice. In this video, you'll learn how to make more money by harnessing the power of the law of attraction. With these 6 tips, I make over $1,000 a day. You can be a waitress, a bartender, an engineer, or an entrepreneur. It does not matter. These work every time. So to take you through the whole list, I have to take you back in time a bit when I found the law of attraction. I found the law of attraction about 10 years ago, and I was not a believer. I wanted the universe to prove it to me. I'm going to manifest the Chanel J12 watch. If I get it, I'm going to be a believer. Bam, got it. And instantly, my thought process changed. I decided I was going to use the law of attraction for everything. And I totally wanted to have more money. I wanted more money to flow to me. I wanted to feel like I could go on trips and buy an apartment and do all these fun things in life. So I was working as a bartender, and I had worked as a bartender for several years by then, and in these fancy places, and you would earn about $300, sometimes $500, on an amazing day, $700. I was already working at this bar, and this is the only thing that I did different. Was I walked in one day and I'm like, I'm going to set an intention. And that's the first thing you want to do, is set an intention. And I'm like, I am going to make a baby G tonight. That's what I called it, which is $1,000. I'm going to make a baby G. And I was asking the cocktail waitresses, how much are you going to make tonight? Now, do you see what I'm doing with this baby G? I'm making it extremely playful, extremely lighthearted. It wasn't like, oh, Lord, please help me pay my rent. No, it was like, hey, let's do something fun. Let's create some magic. And if it didn't work out, I had nothing to lose, but I was putting all my energy into setting that intention and then setting it free by telling someone. Then, as the nights progressed, I noticed something else that was happening. You know, the cocktail waitresses would walk over and pick up their drinks, and they'd grumble, grumble, grumble. Oh my gosh, Trice, you won't believe this cheapo. And I'm like, what? Oh, they only left me $1. You see, the drinks were $17, which was crazy expensive. And so the waitress expected the person buying the drink to leave the full $20, not just $1. I had learned from The Secrets of a Millionaire Mind is that you need to bless all amounts of money. Be grateful for any amount of money. If you're saying icky, oh, ew, $1 bill, then you're not going to get more. So my strategy was, no matter how much money I got, if somebody left me $1, $20, or $100, I'd say, oh, I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet, and just smile. And I'm like, look how money is flowing to me. And that's because I was being grateful. Grateful is one of the highest vibrations of the universe. So if you think of gratefulness like a river, you speed up the energy or the river of money coming to you, the more grateful you are. And this was evident because after a couple of weeks of doing this, my average income was $1,000 a night. Didn't move bars, didn't start coming to work naked, didn't start getting better shifts or some kind of priority or anything like that. It was this supreme gratefulness and this setting intention and just having fun with it. Now, you don't have to be a bartender in the service industry to make this work for you. What if your income is like salaried or hourly? It still works. I have a client, let's call her Michelle, and she had manifested and created all of her financial dreams. So I said, girl, you need to get another dream. And that is the biggest thing. You have to know what you want. And not only know what you want, you have to specifically know what you want. So she said, I want to be vice president of this company. Now that was like 3 positions higher than her current position. I said, great. We only have to do 2 things now. 1, we have to act as if we're the vice president. Now, this does not mean roll into their office, sit in their chair, and start drinking their coffee. No, but it's like thinking like the vice president. The vice president's thinking, how can I add value to company? So she would go to her current boss and say, what else can I do to improve my work? She started asking these types of questions. I said, bravo. Now we have to do one more thing, and it scared her socks off her. But we have to tell somebody about your intention. And you have to speak it out into the universe. You have to put your intention out into the universe. Just like I did with the cocktail waitresses, she was going to have to tell her boss that she wanted to be vice president. So she was quaking and she didn't really want to do it, but she said, I think I have enough courage to do it in an email. So she wrote an email that said, I would like to talk to you. And he's like, hey, let's just talk over lunch. I'll take you to lunch. So she goes to lunch with him and she's sitting there and she finally works up the courage and just blurts it out and says, you know what, Gordy? I want to be vice president. And he was blown away. He had no idea that that was her intention. If she had not said that, he would have never known. And how many of you are sitting in your offices wishing that your bosses knew what you wanted? He said, I would never have known if you had not told me that. He's like, well, let me think about that. That's kind of a stretch. So for a few weeks, it was crickets. And she was like, oh gosh, I really rocked the boat. How uncomfortable, ick. Why did you make me do that? And then she received an email from her boss and said, you know what? It's with heavy heart that I do this, but I have recommended you to the Glass Castle, which is the highest of their business. And you have an interview with one of the top managers over there. You said you want to be vice president and you can't do it from where you are here, but this position will be a stepping stone to get you there. She had the interview, she got the job, and a $5,000 increase in pay. This all happened less than 6 weeks. And now it's been about 3 months. Guess what's happening? Everybody around the office is saying, Michelle wants to be vice president, send her on this job. Oh, I can't go there. Michelle wants to be vice president, send her on that job. And all the higher echelons are talking about how to get Michelle to vice president, all because she asked. And she specifically knew what she wanted. Now, lastly, when I started my business, it was a big transition. I was making $1,000 at the bar. And so I decided that I was now going to start a financial planning firm. And of course, what did I do? Take out an advertisement? Hell no! I sat on my couch and I started scripting. Scripting is essentially living in the desired reality as if it's happening to you now. So I would meditate every morning and then script. I am so happy and grateful that I now earn $1,000 from my financial planning practice. For this increase in fortune, I help people achieve their financial dreams. And I would sit there and just feel how excited and how proud I was of myself for creating this reality. And you know what? I now make $1,000 a day for financial planning. And so in making this video, I realized, oh my gosh, I make the same amount I did when I set my intention 10 years ago. I'm like, Trice, why haven't you shifted your intention to make $5,000 a day? So if you have felt stuck at the same income for a long time, create a new intention. This was a total blind spot to me, literally until I started filming this video. So I'm gonna put my intention out there to make $5,000 a day. Will you just kiss that like button? It helps the algorithm and it's gonna get me to the 5,000. And that's how you do it. You just put it out there. Thanks for watching, Earthlings. Until next time, ciao!